What's up, sons? It's Blind Red with Son of a Tech once again, and we are out here at the farm ready to perform some maintenance. I'm going to go over with you guys my Hive OS dashboard, some things that happened, and some things that we're going to repair. The goal today is to get essentially the most profitable hash rate online as possible, and we'll start with basically what I think will be the most improvements, and then we'll step down from there essentially. So without further ado, let's hop on over to see what's going on the computer screen, and then we'll start getting into repairs. All right, so first of all, I had a text message from Poolin saying that this miner went offline, which was the L3 Plus. It's back online and everything is good to go. You can see we had the dip and then back up. I'm not sure what happened. It came back online by itself. We have two miners on here right now. One is the Boss Coin Special Edition from, of course, Gold Shell, and the other one is an L3 Plus. We do about 610 mega hash a second. Merge mining, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. So there you go. You can see here, we have it online. Everything's good to go. Let's go ahead and look at our Hive OS dashboard. Now, 1063 gig is fine, 1660 is good. The first rig that we have some issues with is the 3080 Ti here. And basically, if we popped into it, we can see that we have a GPU basically hitting 91C. It looks to be either GPU 1 or GPU 2. We'll click into it here in a second and figure it out and then go ahead and repair it. The next rig that we have some issues with was rig 01, which we have one GPU missing, which is clocking in at GPU 6. It'll be a 5700 XT. We also have a couple running low hash rates. So really a lot of these are going to have to start getting torn down and resolved. We also have a GPU that dropped off on rig 09 here, which is another 5700 XT. And then down here on our 5600 XT rig, we also have another GPU that is overheating. And that GPU looks to be like, let's see, where is the temperature? 82C. GPU 2 here is what it's looking like on this one. So if we take a look at this, really the most hash rate that we're going to be able to get out of it is getting these two 5700s back online. Now I know that we have a dead fan in rig 09, so we're going to start there because I have an idea. The other thing that we're going to do is shut down this 3080 Ti rig that we talked about up here, and we're going to throw the RTX 3050 on there because now there is driver support within Linux, and we'll be utilizing the latest LOL miner to continue solo mining Flux. So let's get into it. Today's sponsor is Crypto.com. Crypto.com is my go-to centralized exchange for liquidating my crypto assets. With their Crypto.com Visa debit card, I can load up my mined Ethereum to pay for power and other operating costs quickly while earning up to 8% cash back. In addition to the Visa debit card, there are additional fiat options including wire transfers to easily receive your profits. Crypto.com also offers additional services including trading and even staking to earn additional revenue on your investments. Join 10 million plus users buying and selling 100 plus cryptocurrencies at true cost by using my affiliate link in the description for a $25 funding bonus. Or enter referral code SOAT at sign up for the same bonus. Remember, cryptocurrency investment comes with significant risks, so do your own research. So for this one, it does look like it's this RTX 3060 that is overheating. So that's primarily probably due to this fan being dead. And it will spin up, but it gets a wobble. So really, we can take this fan shroud off and hook up a couple fans, but I don't know that that's really necessary at this point. We're just going to shut it off though and install the 3050. And then for this one, I don't think we'll repair it quite yet because it does seem to reboot and mine for quite some time. And we should be good overnight, and I don't have any fans for it. Adding another GPU right in front of it though may cause some problems as well because we already have it kind of overheating, unfortunately. So we'll just kind of run it and see how it does. while we repair some of these 5700s. Mind you, we just have these on flux, so it's not like our primary income at all. So we can kind of give it some time and see what happens. But yeah, that fan definitely has a wobble there. Another thing I have to do is go over here and make sure that we're updating the firmware, or updating the drivers and the image so that it'll support the RTX 3050. So to do that, I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna hit settings, and we are gonna go down to maintenance mode without loading drivers and update that so that once it's online, we can go ahead and update the drivers to the latest, because right now it definitely does need an update. So we're going to go ahead and tell it to update as well. If it doesn't go, we'll SSH in or whatever, or shell in, and then go from there. So we'll just upgrade that right now, get it rolling, and then let's just hop to one of these two down here. So I'm going to do rig 01 first, I think, which is down there. Let me check real quick. So if we were on rig 01, I think it'd be this one down here, and all the fans are actually running. Let me check it. That's rig 05. Okay, so that's not the problem then. It must be a different one. Let's see. Oh, it will be one of these then. I believe rig 01 is this one over here. Is that right? Yep. Down there. Let's see if any fans are not spinning. Spinning. We have one popped off on the XFX, and I'm gonna say it's this one right here. That's my best bet. Let's go check real quick on the portal. It could be any of them because it's showing up as GPU 6. So we're gonna shut it down and pull this one off right here and see if we can just go ahead. And the problem is that fan's completely dead. Problem is I'm not sure I really have anything to get it back online. We also have the dead one back here on this MSI. Oops. Be careful, boys, don't do that. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, that one was getting stopped there. It keeps going and stopping. So really the only way to really test this is to go ahead and bounce it and unplug one GPU at a time. Best bet is going to see if it's this one. So I'm going to actually start with the easiest one, which was rig 09, and knowing that we have essentially this one completely dead right here. I'm going to pull that one. And then once we do that, I'm going to go ahead and pull one off of the working rig and throw it over here temporarily. So I do know that over here, we have a couple MSIs that do work. So I'm going to take one of these two off and move it over there. Or maybe even this first one here. Let me go see which one looks the best. I am upgrading the 3080 Ti rig real quick to support the 3050. I need to just rename it to light hash rate. And then on that 5700 XT rig, the best running one, all of them are pretty bad. So we're just gonna pull one and we're gonna repaste it here and then throw it over there, and hopefully it'll be golden. So no matter what, all of those cards on that rig need to be repasted. All right, pick one. I'm gonna go with the first one, because since we have a fan dead over there and we're still waiting on fan replacements, you can just pop this one off and still have room to go ahead and put a 120 on this and pop it over. There we go. This one looks not bad, but we're gonna go ahead and modify it anyways. Let that one spin back up. All right. Woo! Now it will have to be kind of quick and dirty because I don't have everything in to get it as clean as I want right now, but it'll be okay, I think, at this point.
Enough of a big star. I got my girls and I got my cars. Come here, baby, be a buzz. Do whatever you want.
We are pretty much running out of duster, huh? A little oil from the pads, not too much. They didn't seem like they were breaking down. These blue pads work pretty good for a long time, but we're gonna try something a little different this time around. All right, so I actually don't know if there's anything I can apply. Let's see if they gave any application. They did not, but this is K5 Pro thermal paste for pad replacement. And I don't know what I'm going to apply it with because it didn't come with anything. May just have to, I don't want to apply it with my snap-on knife really. I should have something, but I think I left it at the house. I did find some XFX fans, which could come in handy. All right. So I don't really have anything good to apply this with. We're gonna try a flathead screwdriver, but this is probably not great. Okie doke. Don't try this at home. Basically, like I said earlier, do as I say, not as I do. Got to be 2 millimeters thick at least. And that's kind of hard to judge. Either way, it's going to need to be a little thicker too because this card does not have, it has gaps. If you guys recall, try not to touch the actual board. Way too much on here right now. Believe me, I already realized that. This is a wreck so far. I need a better application tool. That one turned out pretty good. Yeah, I don't have anything to clean up the excess here really. It's gonna be much harder to clean this stuff off too when you reapply. Oops, bumped the camera. So as long as that's thicker than the 2 millimeter pad that came off of it, we're good. All right, let's go ahead and give that a shot. I feel like it's maybe still not thick enough, but it's really hard to tell. Check camera perspective too. All right, we're still good even though I bumped it. Usually I have a different cloth for this as well because this doesn't work good because it breaks apart. But once again, not prepared enough. I'm just going to stick some in the middle on both sides of these. Over application is fine because it should squeeze down. And core paste. No application tool, so we'll do an X there. This looks like a disaster to me. I'd rather do pads, but let's see if it works. Definitely feel some putty resistance there. That's good news. All right, we have full contact on all of it. So let's plug it in and see how it goes. These are all going to get blown out and cleared up too at some point. This one that's bad, so dusty. Now this rig's been solid, so I'm hoping this remains solid. And then we'll just start to slowly increase the hash rate here today. Okay. All right, so due to battery limits, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here and then get this card fixed. So I'm just gonna replace the thermal paste on here and the thermal pads. I'm going to zip tie a 120 millimeter fan to it and throw it on the kind of broken 5700 rig, the limp along rig, and then I will catch up with you guys in a bit. All right, so unfortunately, it doesn't appear to have done any good for the thermal putty, maybe because it's the K5. I am giving it a little more time. Maybe at the end of this, it'll be better, but as you can see here, which will get you guys, yep, so as you can see here, it's actually at 106 degrees. So it's way worse than the pads. We're gonna have to pull it back off. This one that I'm rebuilding, we just used the putty over here because thermal pads for this on this particular card are hard to come across. So we're gonna pin this one up and get it on that rig, and then we'll take this one back off and then throw some 2 millimeter pads on it and call it a day. All right, so still out here repairing GPUs. I have a 3070 Asus Tough over here. It's a non-light hash rate. I wanted to show you guys real quick as part of the vlog, the important part that actually is the portion that causes the GPU to actually stop hashing at full rate. It'll actually report as non-light hash rate even, and it's the pad under this plate. There are 1, 2, 3 screws to take off, and then you just replace the pad underneath it. Don't forget to put the pads here and here, as well as just your typical memory slots as well. And then on the back plate, I do have pads under there as well that you can do too. If you guys want a detailed guide on the Asus stuff, let me know later. Hey guys, so we're kind of getting almost wrapped up here. I wanted to show you guys though real quick. When you do these fans like this, and I'll try to make it focus on it, it probably won't. If I hold it up here though, it should. If you put Velcro, you just have to make sure it clears, but it's gonna make it way easier for the temp fans to come off, especially on these MSIs, because you can put the other fans back on without having to take the cooler back off, because there's only 4 screws on the side, like here, here, and then 2 on this side too. And then if you just have the Velcro and the fan clears that you're temporarily using, like I am right now, then you're good to go. We're almost done finishing up this vlog. I'll see you guys in a sec. What's up, sons? And we are back. Let's wrap up this vlog. I've been out here about 5 hours now, so not too bad. We have both those cars that were offline online now. We also repaired a 3070 to basically get back another 40 mega hash a second. We already covered that too. So total, we're back up to 5.5 gigahash a second, and then we're still cranking out the 400 solutions a second as well. So we can just cover it real quick with the battery life that we got left. All right, so spot focus there. Try not to shaky cam too much. Okay, this is really hard not to shaky cam. I apologize. We'll do better next time, but 5.5 gigahash a second. Those rigs are back online. The 3070 rig now has all the cards hashed in full again. Let's talk about it. So we replaced pretty much this card down here was the one that was dead, and it was the ASRock. We just replaced the thermal paste and it was good to go. We still have a dead fan on it though. We have a couple more dead fans up here. This is kind of the one that's been dying off a lot and what we replaced with. We're gimping this one along with a 120 millimeter, that one as well. And then we did this one too today with the 120. And they are all cranking along. They aren't at full hash rate. Well, some of them are. The ones actually with the 120 fans are. A couple of the other ones are not. And then over here, we just got all of these up and running. All the fans are functioning, except for this one here is kind of having some trouble. But we have a whole bunch of fan replacements coming in here soon. And then it was this GPU here that essentially had some issues, and it's up and running now too. We still have a lot to do with the 3090s as well. All in all, boys, working all day at the farm. I'm pretty happy, of course, with the pump in Ethereum that's been going on, as well as Ethereum Classic. Everything's looking a lot better than it was last time we did a mining farm vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of content. If you do, hit the like, comment, subscribe button. We got 2 more GPUs back online. We got a 3070 back to full hash rate. And the GPUs that we got back online, they're running full hash rate. And then we did some swapperoos to essentially get everything else as close to higher hash rate. We are out of thermal paste, almost out of 2mm thermal pads. That's going to have to get replaced. Like we said earlier, it's interesting, the thermal putty, this K5 Pro, once it started heating up, the card started running better. We're going to give it a day and then we'll kind of review that later this week. I'm looking at some different putty solutions as well. Let me know what you guys find. This one doesn't seem to stay quite thick enough, unfortunately. But on the ASRock card, we also put some in between the cooler and the little thermal pad heat sinks, and that seemed to help that ASRock card out quite a bit. We'll cover that in different videos and so on. I'm just trying to maintain. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Tuesday. Like, comment, subscribe. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more, or check out this playlist for more crypto content related topics.